up, gamers? I'm Rio Pesino for the Reboot. You know, many gamers dream of landing that job working in the video game industry. How do you get your foot in the door? I spoke to a number of video game recruiters and experts, and they gave their advice on how you can land that dream job.
8 years ago, just had the chance of getting contacted by a small video game studio in Montreal. It was called Microids, and just got the job, and since then I'm hooked to that industry.
I got into the game industry probably the same way that I would encourage everybody else to, was by networking.
I joined LucasArts just over a year ago, as I've always had a passion for the games and the movies that LucasArts and Lucasfilm has provided to the industry.
An education from FullSail or any other school across the country, there's a lot of them starting up. It's definitely important in getting a head start. Understanding some of the basics as to how games work, the theory behind them, learning about history. Sometimes those are things you can't learn on your own.
Certainly a degree I think helps. Is it required? Not necessarily. I think what is even more important is the ability to actually do great work. And someone who comes in that has a portfolio, and maybe they've done a game on their own, maybe they've done some mods, they haven't had formal training, sometimes that could actually be more beneficial than someone who just has a piece of paper that says a degree.
It is all about finding passionate people to take that passion and pour it into something like a video game. But that is, unfortunately, just one small piece of the puzzle. That passion sort of has to be there, so it might inspire you ultimately to pursue an education. I
would have to say over 90% of our employees have a college degree. So if I'm going to look at what's going to make you successful in our industry, it's going to be having a college degree from a strong university or college. You have to have gaming knowledge. It's more critical for certain roles. If you're looking at the design discipline, you have to understand games, you have to be passionate about games. Engineering, I believe you should be, but it doesn't mean you always have to be.
More and more it's very important to have a specific gaming knowledge. Whether you're in design, whether you're in arts, whether you're in computer science or engineering, you need to have a better understanding or a good understanding of the specific of this industry.
The more complex that games get and the production process, it always helps if we can get a junior person that has gone through a specific curriculum that's geared toward being successful in game productions. We
have people in all sorts of diverse backgrounds. We have architects and programmers that worked on computer science degrees, no insight into gaming. At the end of the day, we're looking for people that are very, very talented, self-motivated, team players. Doesn't necessarily mean that you've made a game before, but ideally you have a passion for games, because that's what our team thrives on.
If we're going to take a chance on someone that has absolutely no experience in this industry, most likely it's because their application, their portfolio submissions, their resumes, their cover letters even, express a motivation, a drive that separates them from the hundreds of other people that are applying for almost the exact same position.
Stop shooting people, you maniac! The best advice I could give somebody trying to get in the game industry is immerse yourself into it. In almost any career that you're going to do, that you want to be in, that you want to love, you need to immerse yourself into it somehow and really spend time doing it, whether that be playing games and then learning how to make them, understanding how they work, deconstructing them, but just really spending a lot of time with them because it's the only way that you're actually going to get better at it.
Every discipline is very different. Art, again, be very specific, have a very focused reel. Design's a very challenging field to break into. There's a lot of schools that have design programs, but it's very hard to break into. I still find most successful designers at one point did a stint in QA and worked their way up, but at the same time you have to be very good at scripting, especially if you're going to be doing the hands-on design, which at any junior position you will be. So my expectation is that you have the scripting background in your education, and then do a stint in QA. Don't back away from that. That gets you in the door. And most companies, and especially LucasArts, we're a meritocracy. If you do a really great job, we'll give you the opportunity to grow.
It's very, very important to have a very strong portfolio. Like, the portfolio is what is going to get you in the industry, that's for sure. So with the portfolio, our recruiters are going to be able to make a very, very good evaluation of your talent.
I think it's fantastic that we have this avenue for people, great writers, great artists, great animators, even technical positions, programmers, quality assurance, All of these people that have always wanted to express themselves in certain ways but maybe couldn't before, now can.
The best thing somebody can do is actually spend time making stuff. And there's so many great tools in the market right now. Like, you can create mods for any popular game, for example. You can make your own maps in Halo in some capacity, but a willingness to self-start and do your own stuff and have a strong portfolio and demonstrate that you know what you're doing, I think speaks way more than your GPA or how well you interview. We want to see proof that you're good at what you can do. And I think that's my best advice is just go out and do stuff. Find friends, start making games, write game design docs, write some code on the side. Just be a self-starter and make it happen.
Now get off your computer, stop playing those video games, fill out your resume, and go find a job. Well, that's it for this show. If you want more on The Reboot, including this episode, make sure to go to our blog. It's at www.rebootshow.com. We're also on MySpace and Facebook, so make sure to check us out there as well. And if you want to play me online, you can on Xbox Live. My gamer tag is RE10. That's REE10. I'm Rio Pesino for The Reboot, and we'll see you next time.